Hello, hi, it's me, Tea Leaves. I can't see me. I can't. I have one of those little handkerchief things holding up my phone. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I am making this video because it's actually the other day I made a video about when I was in Piada, and the um the food person I could make sense of communicating with and making eye contact with. The cashier, for money purposes, I could make sense of and yeah, eye contact. But the third person, not so much. Now, I was distracted that day. I'm still distracted. I'm always distracted. But I only gave you one half of the situation. I gave you more so like the emotional half of the situation, which is the more commonly known one. You know, most people would say, well, you have self esteem issues and that's why. But here's the weird thing. You know, if you really think about it, sometimes you're in situations like that and you're like, but it's not about confidence. It's not about self esteem all the time. It's got to be something else. Guess what? There is. So, like I said, that was like the emotional version explanation. Here's the functional one. It's because the senses are overwhelmed. We all have times like that where, especially when we're sick and we feel like light is too bright, noises are too loud, things like that. But it happens at other times too. We're just not as always aware of it. And when the senses are being overwhelmed, that causes other things on the functional side to also become overwhelmed or to cause an overage, like the need to know what to expect, or, like in the case of me at Piada, what was expected of me. Now, in the normal situation, pardon me, I'm sorry, this light, I know you guys asked for me to have more light on me, but it's right in my face. Talking about being overwhelmed. Yeah, okay. Whew. Anyway, in a normal situation, when someone looks at you that you don't know, and you clearly know they're just being nice, right? And they say, you know, are you ready for the holidays or whatever? Normal situation, everybody, of course, tackles this one differently, but the ability to lie, or at least to kind of mess with the truth, so to speak, is there. I'm sorry, in a normal situation, it's there. So then we can say things like, oh yeah, all ready to go. Just got the tree up and everything's done. Even though at home the tree is half up. Okay, so it's not a complete total lie, but it's only half up. And there's a whole stack of Christmas cards and also gifts that still need to be wrapped. So totally that was a lie, right? Oh yeah, we're all ready. We're all ready to go, right? But it's a nice and easy way to get through the conversation, right? So that's why a lot of people will lie, push that, you know. It's not important. There's no functional reason why you would have to tell that person the truth, honestly. It's the right thing to do, but at the same time, is it the right thing to do? So, in a normal situation, there are some of us that are able to lie or to, you know, smooth that over in that sense, we'll say. Um, there are also some people that would be, of course, more honest and say, oh, we're still working on it, but we're getting there, you know. We're getting there. And there's and by the way, let me just mention this one real quick as well. In a normal situation, there are also people that would emotionalize back and say, you know, yeah, we're getting there, doing pretty good. And how about you, right? Does it matter how this person's doing? No. But what if that little extra step that we don't need to do, but we do anyway because we're able to emotionalize in that manner? What about your holiday, sir? Are you ready for it? Looking forward to it? Right. Yeah. In a normal situation. Now, I'm not going to go into why that night at Piata was not a normal situation. I'm just going to simply say that apparently it wasn't, because my senses were being overwhelmed. And because of that, the need to know what to expect, or as I said, what is expected of me, has now increased. Now, also along with the functional side, the definitions also include facts, law, truth, right? So, there's no more ability to lie or to even smooth things over. And now we're down to only what needs to be said, okay? What actually needs to be addressed. So now this is where it gets a little tricky, because not everybody is going to be affected in the same way, obviously. But now my brain has to focus only on what I need to say to this person, all while I'm not actually a more functional thinking person. I'm actually a more emotional thinking person. And what that man asked me was a kind of an emotional question, or at least about emotion. You know, ooh, Christmas, ooh, emotion. Right? Yes, functionality to it, but obviously there's, ooh, Christmas, emotional. So here's where this clicks in. And now, regardless if you're a more functional or a more emotional thinking person, this is going to be the same for a lot of people. What do I do? There's this possibility. There's that possibility. That possibility. And when I say that, let me clarify a little bit. Well, so I could just kind of try and smooth this over and just try and just get out of the situation by just giving them some kind of answer. But what answer? What answer? What answer do you give them? Well, there is that usual answer that I would give to people, you know, oh, hanging in there. Life, you know how some people have that automatic response that they always go to, you know, how's life? Oh, hanging in there. Oh, it's so and so, you know, so. Sorry. So, you know, some people just have that automatic response, right? So you're thinking, well, I could do the automatic response, but what if that's not right? What if what if I'm supposed to tell them more? What if I'm supposed to say, you know, we're still working on it, but we're getting there, right? But then at the same time, they just ask me if I'm ready for the holidays, and functionally speaking, being truthful, I'm not. I'm not. I haven't done my grocery shopping yet. I haven't figured out if I'm going to give that gift to that person or that person. I haven't even figured out what gift to give to that person. I haven't gotten my greeting cards all done. I don't even. Oh no! I forgot to get the gift tags. Yes, the whole list. Well, I won't go through the whole thing. But here's the brain. At the same time, for as much as you think, no, there's no possible way that the brain's going through all that. Yeah, there is a possible way. Yes, even in that split second, yes, there's a possible way. The brain is circling through all that kind of stuff in seconds. It doesn't know what to do. The most important thing that I can say to you in this whole conversation is it does not know what to do. It does not know what's expected of it. For a fact, what is expected of it. And so, because it's feeling overwhelmed, senses are overwhelmed, it doesn't know what to do. What do we do? You've seen this before happen, right? The closing up thing. Anybody else notice something about that move, by the way? Let's see if you notice this. I'm giving you a second to figure this one out. Oh, I'm just going to say it. Fetal position. That is the first move towards the fetal position. When we are attacked or we are scared, we sometimes do go into that fetal position. Obviously, when we're standing in line somewhere, we usually don't, but there's been some people who have. They were overwhelmed all of a sudden and just dropped to the floor. That is because your brain is feeling attacked. It does not know what to do. It does not know what's expected of it. It's overwhelmed by the senses. Now everything is a little bit louder. Everything's a little bit smellier. Everything's a little bit brighter. Everything's a little too much. And so that's the head going down. So what looks like a self-esteem issue, and we're going to continue with that explanation as well. It's always worked for this many years. Why not? But what may seem as just a self-esteem or low self-esteem confidence issue also might functionally be, I just don't know what you expect of me. I don't need to speak to you. Technically, you're not my relative. I don't know you as a friend. There is no law in my face saying right now that by law, any Piada employee that ever speaks to you, you must respond to in kind or you will be thrown into jail. There is no functional reason why I have to speak to you, and so I don't know what to do. I know I probably over-explained it, but oddly enough, I didn't run off on tangents like I usually do. I think this not being able to see me helps. Of course, I have 3 cats sitting on my bed right now, and that's distracting. Anyway, I just had to share that with you because I explanation I gave the other day, it's wonderful, but it's the same thing we already knew. You want me to tell you something, you want me to tell you something new, something that you don't know. Or maybe had an idea of, but didn't realize the actual connection as to why the brain is doing that. Well, now you know. And as they say, knowing is half the battle. Anyway, till next time.